This is what the hot springs look like in the morning, that vibrant blue. But when the sun gets in there and hits it, it just goes so much more vibrant. It's actually not as warm as I was expecting. I came here last night thinking like I'll land at Mataranka at night time because then it'll be so awesome to go in the super hot water. But it's about as warm as like, you know, water that's been left out in the sun. Like if you go to the beach and there's a little like rock pool or something, it's like that warmth. I might be swimming in the wrong spots. I don't know. And this is a cool place because walking in here, this whole, like all these treetops and everything are filled with bats. That's what you can hear. There's a lot of activity right now, early morning. They're finishing up for the night, heading home. And then tourists will probably come down here and play music all day and keep them awake. Actually, I don't think so. Just because I don't think there are any tourists. I'm the only one here. I think when wet season kicks off in Northern Territory, everyone gets out of here. Like there's no people, which is on the one hand really cool because I'm like, yeah, here's this like world-class destination. And this is just it without people. But on the other hand, it's like compounding my insanity because I feel like there's nobody else on the planet sometimes. Not that I have insanity. I have emotions that I'm dealing with. Yeah, I did come down last night though. I went for a skinny dip. Thought, why not? They have little lights in here, but it's like just enough to see the direction of the path. Like you can't see anything down here. It's like pitch black, which was kind of scary because there are still crocodile signs everywhere, and who knows like what else is in here. I saw a turtle when I first got in with my phone light, and I was like, oh, cool, but what else is going to be nibbling on me? So yeah, it's really nice to look at. Oh, actually, there's a turtle buddy there. Just along the bottom there. Maybe that's him. Maybe that's the turtle that was here last night, chilling with me. Wonder if he likes the water warm. Fish and that don't seem to even notice. So I've been to a bunch of thermal pools and hot springs, and the wildlife are just like, it's all they've ever known, I guess, or I don't know. Like there's like boiling hot, like steaming hot springs with fish in it. Like how are they not cooking? I'm cooking. I sweat so much at night, it's like it dehydrates you. That's probably another reason why everyone's gone home, because the wet season's hot. Like it's 10 degrees hotter here than at home. And it gets to the point, even my car's overheating actually. Yesterday, because I was running the aircon like to the max, which is something I've never done. I've never really used aircon. I'm like, oh, windows down, that's nature's aircon. I was running the aircon because it's so hot, and I was in four-wheel drive and I was in second gear for ages, like going down like a hectic four-wheel drive track and just gunning it too because I don't give a fuck, which is my emotional dealing with externalizing processing. That's my excuse. I lost the water tank off it as well, off the ute, just from like bolts rattling loose from like the constant like rattling and bouncing and thrashing around. But yeah, the car was overheating, losing the extra water that is probably good for cooling a car is also probably problematic. So yeah, it's hot. This is my point. And it's all these things making me want to hurry up and just get back. But this morning I woke up well before the sunrise. Like, as you can see, it's still not even up properly yet. But yeah, I've packed everything up, and then I went on my little camping app thing and I looked for even more places because I don't want to just go straight home because it's easier, or because like I'm scared because everything's falling apart, or it's too hot, or the aircon's not working, or because the car's overheating. I just want to, but the car overheating is an issue. If that gets worse, if like it gets to a point where even turning the aircon off and driving a bit slower isn't working. So it's something to watch. I might end up blowing my engine on this drive, and that'll just be like, okay, universe, I surrender. I won't go on any more ridiculous quests. I understand. Or maybe I'll be like, I'll just fix all this stuff and do even crazier things. The real problem was that the car wasn't ridiculous enough. It wasn't strong enough. I need like nylon bolts, or that like will never come loose, and I need a cooling system that will let me drive on the surface of the sun. And then that's getting into that headspace of like thinking that you always need more to begin with. Like, I need all the fancy technology to make good videos, or like, I just wanted to start doing stuff because, the truth is, for so many people, we can't afford all this shit. Like, where you are right now, is if you're gonna, like, I see so many beautiful creative people doing this. Some of them are really close friends who I love dearly. They are constantly saving up money, doing shit they hate, to pay for tools that they probably won't even use, or that they will use, but they'll use it to do more shit they hate, to make more money, to pay for more things. Whereas like, man, you just got to bite the bullet sometimes and be like, I can't afford like a giant camper van with a fridge and like all the things that you can imagine would be really good for a journey like this. You just got to go, you know what? A ute is going to do the job. We're going to get there. We're going to be able to have an experience, and it'll be better. Like, the stories will be better. The experiences will be better. You'll grow more from it. If it was too easy, then it wouldn't be worth doing. And actually, the thing that all my creative friends are doing, like doing all the shit that they hate, that's actually what's growing them more than anything. And when they get to the point where they have everything they think they need, I think then they'll be bored and they'll probably look for new challenges. I think that's what I do anyway. So that's my way of justifying to myself in the present moment that this is a good idea. Just being out here, having experiences. I think experiences are more valuable than anything else. I'm going to be stronger. I'm going to be smarter. I'm going to have more confidence in myself. Like, that's why people do gap years and shit from school, to go have some experiences before you like just go straight into the workplace. You want to become a person. Like, you want to have some personality to you. You want to have some stories to you. You want to be able to tell someone like you did some shit. Like, you're not just like on the fucking conveyor belt of like society, just going along and just being processed by every step of the way that you're supposed to go through, and becoming like a cookie cutter version of everybody else. That's the fear, right? That's the narrative that is in our heads. It's either that or this like insane going against the grain. Everybody's like trying to tell you, just fall into line, just like do the step by step, that just follow the instructions, like the Lego movie. Let's take everything that doesn't look like the instructions and pull it apart and rebuild it so it looks like the instructions. Like, that's really life. Like, everybody's like programmed into that. We have to follow the instructions. We have to do it the way that you're supposed to do it. And everybody dreams about not following the instructions. Everybody dreams about it. Even people that are telling you to follow the instructions are like, oh man, I love not following the instructions, but like only like this much, like only on like one weekend a year when I go camping on holidays. But like, I don't want to follow the instructions at all. And that's the madness of it, because in a world where everybody's like following the instructions, It's almost like you're a problem. Like you're ruining the Lego set, exactly like in Lego Movie. Because like there's structure and there's order and it all makes sense until somebody comes in and stops following the instructions. And then it starts encouraging others to do so. God forbid. That's where all my problems come from. Like people like, oi, my kids aren't following the instructions because of you. Or like, I don't want to follow the instructions anymore because of you, but I am following the instructions anyway. And now I'm angry that I have to follow the instructions and you don't have to. It's your choice. You don't have to if you don't want to. You have to face all the consequences. You know, at the start of the video, all the things I was saying about everything falling apart and it being really terrifying and scary, that's what happens if you don't follow the instructions. It's up to you. Do what the fuck you want. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave your comments down below and click the like button for me. This is a friendly reminder that those things help this keep happening.